Welcome to Satisfactory Update 8. My name is Nilaus and this is a showcase of the new features on Update 8, which just became available on Experimental Branch. First warning is that it is quite unstable and not the greatest performance, but this is the first deployment on Experimental, so it will surely improve. I have started a new series on Twitch for Update 8, so if you are interested in exploring this and joining me back in Satisfactory, then come join on Twitch TV/Nilaus at 8 PM Central European Time. Unreal Engine 5 upgrade. From a development perspective, I'm sure that the upgrade to Unreal Engine 5 is massive, but from a player perspective, we don't see this as a lot of new features. There are some noticeable differences, like much better lighting and hopefully eventually some better performance as well. Lighting has always been a sore spot for graphics in Satisfactory, so it's nice to see this upgrade with Lumen in Unreal Engine 5. Blocking line of sight and the interaction of light and shadow has always been a bit weird, so it's going to be nice to see this get a lot better in the future. Advanced game settings. The main new feature of Update 8 is in the addition of new game settings. These are game modes that is activated on a new or an existing save, and once enabled cannot be disabled again. The enabling is either done at the starting of the game or when loading an existing game. The icon next to the save game changes when advanced game settings are enabled. Since many of the settings are irreversible, you should avoid overriding your existing save when enabling these features to be able to recover if you regret it or if it blows up, since it is an experimental feature. With this new mode enabled, you gain access to several cheat modes in the game, which can be handy if you played a lot and want to skip some parts. Let's take a look at each of the different game settings and how they interact with the game. Game progression. When starting a new game, you can select the starting tier if you want to skip the early game. For example, starting at tier 5 will grant you all the tech up to that level and give you an appropriate space elevator unlock when entering the game. You'll also get some starter equipment to get going a little bit faster, like some intermediate resources as well as some manual miners. There are also other options as well to speed up progression aside from starting a new game, since there are 4 ways to unlock things in Satisfactory: the hub, the MAM, the shop, and the hard drives. The new advanced game settings can control each of these options independently. Awesome Shop. You can unlock all recipes in the Awesome Shop at the click of a button. This is irreversible, so be careful. It does not give you access to the variations of things that you do not have otherwise unlocked. As you can see, some are still not available due to them not being unlocked in either the MAM or the hub yet. The MAM. Similarly, you can unlock everything in the MAM. This will instantly give you access to everything in the MAM and beyond, and even beyond your current tech level. If you also have the Awesome Shop game mode enabled, you will instantly get all the variations of anything you've just unlocked in the MAM as well. Since these settings are irreversible, they will sort of always check to see if new things have come along through other unlocks. Space elevator. You can control the hub upgrades as well, and on a tier level by progressing the space elevator with the advanced game settings. This does not unlock the actual tech, but it only enables you to research them without delivering the space elevator parts. The hub. To unlock the individual techs in the hub with the new advanced game settings, you have to switch on the no unlock cost under gameplay. This setting is reversible in the sense that you can enable it to unlock a specific tech and then disable it and do the rest manually. This setting is working with the MAM and the shop as well. So if you only want to unlock specific techs in there and not everything at once, you can use this feature with the no unlock cost to do that as well. Alternate recipes. Alternate recipe grind is certainly a feature I would love to skip for future playthroughs. Roaming the map for hours to unlock the correct steel recipe before actually getting started on building steel is super tedious. So this setting is particularly welcome for me. Simply go to the advanced game settings and enable unlock alternate recipes instantly, which then gives you access to all the recipes all the alternates as soon as you have the prerequisites available, i.e. you don't get the alternate recipe for oil until you've unlocked oil yet, but as soon as you do, the alternates will become available. Gameplay settings. In addition to unlocking and enabling tech, it is also possible to significantly change the gameplay experience with advanced game settings. No build cost. No build cost allows you to build anything you have unlocked for free without consuming resources. This is excellent to alleviate some of the tedium, but it does kind of change the experience of Satisfactory from a game to just an architecture sandbox. This can be enabled and disabled as you wish. So for example, if you want to replicate some build by a factor 10, then this could be activated to make it easier and then revert back to normal gameplay afterwards. When constructing in this mode, you do not get any of the resources back into your inventory, as that would quickly clutter your inventory by building for free but getting resources back when deconstructing. Flight mode. Fly mode is amazing and I want it all the time. Simply double jump and you will be able to fly around anywhere, and it's pretty fast. On top of that, you reach is extended very fast, so you can easily fly around and scoop up slugs without getting close to the biters. This makes traversal and building so much nicer. I'm warning though, before you try this, it is really, really hard to not keep it enabled. So now you're warned. No power. No power is on the surface pretty simple, since all it means is that your factory does not consume any power. So you can use this to completely skip all the power production and focus on the factory building, or you can use it to recover in the case of a breakdown. The interesting thing is that if you have any excess power production from real sources, it'll still go into batteries, but the no power setting will not in itself charge batteries or discharge them for that matter. Death. Keep equipment on death is now a default option, but you can change it to keep everything or to lose everything if you want. This can be completely negated, of course, by simply using God mode, which makes you invulnerable to all fall damage and critical damage, but not to out of bounds damage. Give items. Lastly is the give items, which allows you to get specific items in a pinch, such as power shards, to avoid farming those, or anything else you want if you are just very far away from your base and need just a few of a random ingredient, then you can cheat your way to get those instead of traveling all the way back. Arachnids. Under the creature tab, there's now a single option to completely remove all arachnid creatures instead of turning them into cats. I always found the cat thing rather silly, so I think it's a much better solution to just remove them if that's necessary. I would like to sort of be able to remove all critters from the game, but I guess that's not really available yet. New items. Well, that concludes the advanced game settings part, but there is a single new item that's added to the game in Update 8, Big Power Poles. These are unlocked at Tier 4 together with Power Storage. These seem rather inconsequential, but they're actually pretty neat. There are two variants, one with a platform and one without a platform. The function is to make it easier to bring power to remote locations, which was a bit tedious and never really looked very good by having these small power poles just littered all over the map. Now you can use these big power poles for remote power, and the best part is that each have a top connection point for long range power and a lower connection for branching off to a mining location before continuing the main line. Together with zip lines, this also serves as a great mobility option in the mid-game before flying and hypertube cannons are available. Building the next big power pole and ziplining to that makes skipping biters and terrain features very easy when exploring and traveling. Terrain updates. Speaking of terrain, there are also terrain updates in Update 8, and they are really nice, but honestly I can't tell which ones are new in Update 8 and Update 7 for terrain, and at the end of the day it'll be covered in glorious concrete anyway, so I'll let you explore that yourself, but do check out the caves, they're pretty neat. That's it for changes for Update 8. As mentioned in the beginning, I am streaming a brand new series with chat integration for the new advanced game settings on Twitch TV/Nilaus, so come join and hang out. I'm contemplating whether to make more YouTube content for Update 8, aside from this obviously, and I don't feel that a new round of, oh my god, this is the best database ever, is particularly valuable, but if you have any ideas, then please let me know and I'll look into that. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, and of course consider subscribing for more factory related content here on the channel. Until next time, take care and stay effective.